I'm Barry Trammell, and I'm not too crazy about the coming out party of Kevin Durant, the trash talker.
We saw it on Sunday in the Heat game when he got into it with Chris Bosh. Hey, from the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. Press Row is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Barry, we saw it in the first half. I mean, these two guys who really aren't known for a lot of give and take, chest to chest, they pick up technical fouls, both of them. And then we find out after the game, there was a lot going on here. Kevin Durant really got into it with Chris Bosh.
Well, Kevin Durant was pretty PO'd at Bosh. After the game, Bosh laughed it off and said, hey, I like a guy who stands up for his teammate. I respect that. He basically threw down the olive branch, and Kevin Durant was not accepting it, saying that a lot of fake tough guys in this league, and Chris Bosh is one of them now that he's on a good team. Sign me up for those who like the innocent Kevin Durant. This is sort of like, your daughter growing up too fast. Hey, can't you stay an innocent little superstar as long as possible, KD? We love you the way you are. We don't like this mano stuff in the NBA. We thought maybe you could avoid that for as long as possible. You're only 22. Let it go a little bit, but here you are calling out Chris Bosh yesterday.
Well, and you know what? I don't think this is one of those things that we're going to see Kevin Durant now all of a sudden, going toe-to-toe with guys on a regular basis. But Kevin Durant saying, hey, I was having a conversation with James Harden. He and James Harden were talking after a missed basket in transition, and he told James to dunk it. James didn't, and he got fouled, didn't get the shot. So he was telling him, hey, next time dunk it. And then Bosh interjects, and Kevin Durant saying, hey, this was not a conversation involving Chris Bosh, and I wasn't going to let him be a part of that. He made the comment after the game that he thought, well, now, Chris Bosh, now that he's on a good team, he thinks he can talk. I don't think this is going to be some sort of, turning of the page for Kevin Durant. I don't think all of a sudden, we're going to see tattoos and, lip piercings and mohawks. But I do think that him standing up, sometimes people, I think, you can get a little too passive. I like that he was willing to stand up for himself in that situation.
Well, I don't have any problem with what went on the court. That's fine. Get into it. Frankly, this was a surprising technical. I was sitting courtside. I had a great seat for this, and you really couldn't tell if they were talking about dunking on each other or whether they were talking about where to go to dinner when Durant's in Miami. You had no idea anything tough was going on, and then you see the technicals called. So I didn't have a problem with on the court. After the game, though, I didn't see why Durant had to sort of extend the controversy and make the headlines. There's no headlines. There's no NBA TV or ESPN last night talking about Kevin Durant's comments if it stays on the court. But after the game, when Chris Bosh sort of laughs it off, Durant's still talking about it, obviously upset. Some people took it as a sign of maturity, a sign that Durant is mad and not going to take it anymore. Maybe that will lead to a tougher, meaner, even better Kevin Durant. I love my superstars lovable, though. Kevin, I wanted you to stay innocent as long as possible.
Well, and this could be a little bit of frustration as well. Remember, obviously, a close game that the Thunder lose, and I'm sure that emotions were fairly raw for Kevin Durant. But you know what this could be also is a stoking of this rivalry. We've talked about the emerging rivals for the Thunder. Obviously, a couple years ago, they were just trying to win any game they could, and rivalry building was a little bit out of the question. But now you started to see rivalries starting to be built, with New Orleans, with Dallas. And now, obviously they're not going to play the Heat as often as some of these other teams that they may be building rivalries with. But when you talk about the established superstars in Miami against the young guns in Oklahoma, and now you've got this little tit for tat going on between Kevin Durant and Chris Bosh, I think it's only going to add to it, Barry. I think when they play in Miami later this year, could be a lot of fun. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.